The weather this time of the year is far from sweet, but the maple syrup tapped at the annual Maple Syrup Festival at Bronte Creek Provincial Park might be the sweetest syrup you've ever tried. It turns out the up and down spring weather in Ontario is the perfect formula for delicious maple syrup.
It's a very special thing that only happens in the springtime, and what we're looking for is a large number of maple trees in an area, but we need to wait for the right weather. So this wonky weather that we've been having, where it's like warm and cold and sunny and rainy, this is what we need. We need to wait for it to get to just above zero. So we need a cold, snowy night and a warm, sunny day, but no warmer than +5 degrees Celsius, or the sap actually starts to slow down in the tree.
The process behind maple syrup takes patience, but it's a reward that's well worth the wait. There are certain trees to look for that produce the sweetest syrup.
Sugar maples have the sweetest sap, and they have a leaf on them when it's the summertime that looks like our Canadian flag. You're looking for gray, rough and bumpy bark, and so this one is a maple tree, and so we've tapped it, and you want to tap it about no more than like 2 inches or 7 centimeters into the sapwood, and during the right conditions it will be dripping sap. We can take a look in there. People are usually a little disappointed that it's not actually syrup coming out of the tree, it's only sap, and it's a lot of water. So we have to boil it down.
Since maple syrup production has become a demanding industry, today we have modern-day maple syrup evaporators that can produce a liter of syrup an hour. But before the technology, the First Nations people had a much more tedious job.
They didn't have a vessel to go onto the hot fire, so they collected the sap and then put the hot rocks into the sap to boil and evaporate the water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a rock with the tongs out of the hot fire and place it into the trough that has the sap in it, and you're going to see what happens, and I think it's just the neatest thing. And that is steam evaporating out of our sap.
To get the full maple syrup experience, visit the Maple Syrup Festival at Bronte Creek Provincial Park. It's open every weekend in March from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is Sijia reporting for Halton News.